Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k17 Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz, and this is Smackdown, the final episode of Smackdown in WWE 2k17. Well, tonight we've got a big one for you. Roman Reigns, Chris Jericho will main event your show for tonight. But as well as that, we have some tag team action. But before we get there, let's check out the results of this week's main event and the rest of the Smackdown as well. So main event this week, we had Apollo Crews going one-on-one with Curtis Axel. Should be a good contest there between those two. Baron Corbin in action. He'll be going up against Heath Slater. So can Heath Slater pick up the win or cause the upset? We'll see. Darren Young has a singles opportunity again, this time against Aiden English. So Crews versus Curtis Axel. It is going to be Apollo Crews picking up the victory. Corbin and Slater. Whoa, Heath Slater! Well, there you go, there's an upset for you. He picks up the win, and Darren Young beats Aiden English. So to kick things off this week on Smackdown, tag team action, Charlotte, the number one contender for the Women's Championship, versus the champ, Becky Lynch. But their partners, Alexa Bliss for Charlotte, Natalya for Lynch. Rhino, one half of the Smackdown tag team champs, will be going up against Mojo Rawley. And it's a big match because we'll find out a little bit later on who will be taking on the Hype Bros at No Mercy. Emma will go one-on-one with Nikki Bella as well. Bray Wyatt in action. He's up against the Swiss Superman, Cesaro. And we have tag team action here as Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil. They team up again. They'll try their luck against the Ascension this week. Whoever wins this match will take on the Hype Bros at No Mercy. And the winner of that match becomes the number one contenders for the tag team titles. And the main event we spoke about, Chris Jericho and Roman Reigns. One-on-one. Should be a good contest there between two of the best on SmackDown. So, our women's tag is Charlotte and Bliss with the victory. Rhino versus Mojo Rawley. It is going to be Rhino scoring the win. Nikki Bella versus Emma. It's Nikki with the victory. Bray versus Cesaro. Bray Wyatt scores the win. Well, we get ready for tag team action here on SmackDown. We're going to see Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil continue to test this new alliance, this new tag team they've got going on here. So here we go. Crews and Titus versus the Ascension. Whoever wins takes on the Hype Bros at No Mercy. And that match will determine which team will get the first opportunity to take on the changing ways of Rhino and Randy Orton, a team that has got this newfound aggression, this new anger towards them, this new desire, new passion to prove people wrong and start to dominate and take over here on the Smackdown brand. So we'll find out later on. After No Mercy, he'll take them on. But for now, who's going to make it to No Mercy? Titus O'Neil, former tag team champion a couple times here in Universe Mode with Darren Young as the primetime players, but he's decided to split ways with Darren Young. Their success has not been there in the last year or two of Universe Mode. They decided to go their separate ways. And Titus, though, he's recruited Apollo Crews to be his tag team partner, believing that that's going to be the next chapter of his career, the next way to find success. Apollo Crews, a man who's just recently joined the Smackdown roster. A little bit in limbo at the moment, Apollo Crews. He's not in contention for any singles championship, so he's not sure where to go next. Well, Titus O'Neil has given him a helping hand, and they've got themselves a new direction. Well, here we go. The Ascension, Connor and Victor. A lot to like about these two. Former tag champs in their own right here in Universe Mode. They're a dominating team when they're at their best, but they haven't been at their best for a while. This is their chance. They beat Crews and Titus once before. They've just got to do it again. If they can't do it, with the Fallen Man, maybe the key to it. If they can do it again, they get the Hype Bros at No Mercy. As Apollo Crews with the Northern Lights suplex to start things off. And we saw Rhino earlier on. We're going to see him again here, scouting out the opposition. Getting a bit of a look at Titus and Crews and the Ascension. Two teams that they have not faced for the championships just yet. So Rhino looking for a bit of a closer perspective on these two teams. There's the power by Apollo Crews, and that's why we want to see Apollo at his best, because he's so impressive. Crews, gut wrench, excellent maneuver. Well, Crews had some success down in NXT without winning the NXT championship. He came very close. He's had a few opportunities at the United States Championship over the last year or so since arriving to the main roster, but he's yet to really reach his full potential. Cruz still trying to find a way in, still trying to find what works for him as a singles competitor, but for now he's decided, well, let's give this tag team a shot. Let's try Titus O'Neil. Let's see how we go as a team. If it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, well, so be it. I'll go back to where I was before. Whereas Titus O'Neil, oh, what a power slam. Excellent from Cruz, and that's why these two are so dangerous together, Cruz and Titus, because of the power game they've got. They could be very, very dominant. Apollo Cruz and Titus. Here's some tag team work. On the same page, these two. Starting to build some chemistry between the two. The more matches they get together, the better they're going to be. Well, for Titus, singles, it's never really been a career choice for him. He's always been a tag team competitor here in Universe Mode. He's always looked and tried to capture those tag titles. So for him, he believed in his own mind that there was no choice but to challenge these tag team titles for the tag titles again. Whether it be with or without Darren Young, he felt as though he had no choice but to find another partner. Obviously, so much competition right now on SmackDown and on Raw for the singles championship. Titus O'Neil realizing that maybe he's not quite on that level, but knows that he can be a very valuable commodity in the tag team division. He just needs to find the right partner. And maybe Titus O'Neil has found Apollo Crews to be that right partner. We'll have to wait and see. Right now, it is Connor from the Ascension going about his work right now, beating down Titus O'Neil, and Connor is a big man in his own right. Victor now coming back in. Well, the Ascension, tag champs, yes. Last few months, not much to really boast about, but they do have the upper hand on the team of Cruz and Titus. So that gives them some confidence coming into this one. As Titus, went for the power bomb, couldn't quite connect, gets met with a face buster instead. Nice work from Victor, the counter. Now Victor heading up to the top. Not really his ammo, but he's going to give it a shot anyways. He's not that comfortable up top, but that will work. Drops the knee down on Titus O'Neil. Neither team all that comfortable up to the top of the rope. They like to stick to the ground and pound, or if you're, well, Connor, you like to stick to the power game. I don't think Victor has the power of a Connor at the moment, or the power to match Cruz or Titus. Maybe he realizes Connor might be the most effective member of the team for this matchup. The cover now by Titus O'Neil. Can't quite get it done. So it's good to see a few new tag teams emerging here on SmackDown. Titus and, of course, Apollo. But we're also seeing the team of Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel starting to get things together and start to get things right. So there's a few new teams emerging here on SmackDown. A few more, I'm sure, will start to come their way. Obviously, with Rhino and Randy Orton being the tag team champions, that's a big, big team to come up against for the titles. And that's a very, very difficult thing to try and challenge. But look, I think it could work. I think it could work. Any team coming in here might be able to find a crack in the tag team game of Randy Orton and Rhino. There's Titus O'Neil slamming down Connor, but Rhino getting up there in the face of the referee. Well, Titus O'Neil just took out Connor, and I thought that was it. But for whatever reason, Rhino getting himself involved. Maybe he doesn't want Titus and Apollo Crews to win this one. Maybe he's rooting for Connor and Victor, the Ascension. Interesting maneuver there. Anyways, big call, big moment in the matchup. Will that affect Titus O'Neil's chances of winning this one? Connor with the counter there. Is now Titus in some trouble, is he? Be able to take things back and get things under control again as he's going to look to tag in Apollo Crews. Now Titus and Crews, more tag team work, and this is what we want to see. Well, for Randy Orton and Rhino, there were two guys who didn't really like each other, but found respect for one another, coming together as a team. Titus and Apollo, they're friends. They've been friends, close friends backstage for a while now, and they're testing that friendship out as a tag team for the first time. Sometimes that can really work, sometimes it may not work whatsoever. That friendship could be broken because of that desire and that frustrations if wins aren't coming. Crews is up, this is trouble, look out! There is a full Nelson slam by Connor, and that may very well be it. The cover now, and they're going to spoil the fun. Oh, spoil the new team of Cruz and Titus. We thought it was over before it really even began. Well, for the Ascension, you'd have to think that they strongly believe that they should be winning this match. They've had the experience, they've been tag champs, they should be winning this one. And I think they're trying to really beat down Titus and Apollo to send a message to the tag champs and other teams here on SmackDown. But so far, it hasn't gotten the job done just yet. Cruz and Titus not giving up just yet. Cruz staying in it. Cruz, many believe, has the ability to be a star as a singles competitor. Titus O'Neil up there in age now. He knows that maybe singles is done and dusted, but for Cruz has his whole career ahead of him. Maybe he believes learning from Titus O'Neil, gaining experience is the right way to go about it. And that's why this is a dangerous team. Cruz has so much potential, so much ability. And Titus O'Neil has been around for a long time. He's had so much success as a tag team wrestler. This is why this team is going to be very dangerous if they can get things right. They can build that chemistry. The Ascension, though, well, they've been around for a while, as we said, but they're just struggling a little bit here. They just haven't been able to put these guys away. Maybe they're starting to realize that this is the real deal. They call him the big deal, Titus O'Neil. Well, I think they're starting to find out why. Victor trying his best to stay in this one, trying his best to subdue Titus O'Neil. Such a big man, such a huge size differential. It's not stopping at the moment because Titus is up to the top of the rope and in some trouble. What will happen here to Titus O'Neil? This could be dangerous for Titus. Victor off the top with a suplex. Oh, Titus O'Neil. That could be it. He's just going to cover him, I think. But he's not going for it, though. That's a strange decision. I would have went for the cover. I would have tried to put him away there, but Victor maybe feeling as though he didn't have enough yet. Titus O'Neil, a big man, can sustain a lot of damage, but you get thrown off the top rope like that, especially when you're a bigger man, it's hard to overcome. Titus O'Neil, look out! Boom! Drives the shoulder into the guts of Victor. The stomach in the midsection of Victor splattered. It has been a tough match for the Ascension so far. The power game of Apollo and Titus has been so impressive, but can they finish the Ascension off? Have they got the tag team ability to get things right and close a big match out? Neckbreaker there by Titus. Will he look to Apollo, or will he try and finish it himself here? He's going for the cover. Is this it? No, a kick out of two. Connor on the ropes, realizing his partner had this. He wasn't too phased, knowing that full well that his partner was probably going to kick out there, and that's the trust that they have. There's a big underhook powerbomb there by Victor, but Cruz able to break things up. Apollo Cruz sensing that Titus was in some danger, and I think he was right. I think Titus might have been gone for all money there. Front face lock there by Cruz. Look out, comes the leg sweep, and that will help Titus O'Neil. Gives him a bit of an opening, a bit of a window of opportunity to catch his breath here and get himself back in the match. Referee trying to get Cruz out of this ring. Cruz taking his time. Now watching on. Titus O'Neil back to one knee, back to both feet. He's up first. Titus O'Neil has an opportunity here. Slamming down Victor again. And now the big boot to follow it up. And now might be looking for the Titus clash here. Trying to drop him down and finish him off, and he does. Is this it? Will they go to No Mercy? Yes, they will. Titus O'Neil, Apollo Cruz. They are getting better every time we see them in the ring. They're a developing team. And that's the biggest win in their short history as a tag team. They are starting to grow in some confidence, but also the chemistry is building. And such an impressive team so far. Can they keep this momentum going into No Mercy and find a way to beat the Hype Bros? It's not going to be easy whatsoever, but hey, these two guys are good enough to get the job done. Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley will be out for revenge after the attack by Rhino and Randy Orton. They're not forgetting about what happened, that's for sure. So they'll be looking to get the win, or will Titus and Apollo Cruz just upset things there and just take that opportunity away from them? I'm sure that's what they'll be hoping to do, but we'll see at No Mercy when two of SmackDown's emerging teams clash. Who will find a way to win, and who will become the next #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championships. Well, for Chris Jericho tonight, this is all about proving himself. Last week, Chris Jericho beat Sami Zayn one-on-one to become the #1 contender for AJ Styles' WWE Championship. At No Mercy, Chris Jericho will have his championship opportunity he's been seeking for quite some time. But here's the thing. He did not have to go through Roman Reigns, a man arguably the next in line. One of the next in line anyways, of becoming the next #1 contender and having an opportunity. Roman Reigns has been impressive for the last number of months, ever since coming to Smackdown. Well, Roman Reigns is agreeing with everything I'm saying. Roman Reigns was furious that Edge made the call not to put him in the #1 contenders match. Well, Reigns stormed into Edge's office last week and demanded an explanation. Well, he didn't get one. Instead, Edge said, you know what? You will take on the winner of that match next week. It turned out to be Chris Jericho. So Reigns and Jericho tonight. Reigns obviously with a chip on his shoulder. He'll be looking to prove everybody wrong. You know, prove Edge wrong. Prove that he should be the #1 contender right now. Instead, Chris Jericho has that opportunity, has that right. And Roman Reigns, I can tell you this right now, is not happy about it at all. And Roman Reigns may look to really hurt and maybe even cost Chris Jericho that match at No Mercy. Reigns, if he can beat down Jericho bad enough tonight to injure him just before No Mercy, Reigns might be the one that Edge will turn to replace Chris Jericho. It's possible. But Reigns has to go through Chris Jericho. And we know Chris Jericho is the #1 contender because he deserves it. He beat Bray Wyatt. He beat Sami Zayn. He's had 2 major victories. If he could beat Roman Reigns tonight, there's no doubt about it. He is the right choice. But can he beat Roman Reigns tonight? That's the question. Reigns has been so good for a long period of time now. Many believe he will be the next WWE champion when he gets that opportunity. It's just a matter of time. As Reigns, what a start here by the big dog, belly to belly. That's the intensity that Reigns will be looking to try and withstand for the entire match. You want to try and keep that going. But I don't know. Chris Jericho has been so good the last month or so. We're starting to see Chris Jericho at his best. But for Jericho, it's really been short bursts at his best. When he won the World Championship a couple of years ago, we saw the best of Chris Jericho for about 3-4 months. Then he started to just slide down a little bit, just, you know, fade away. But Jericho, once again, has found his best in the last month or so. But can he keep that going? I don't know. That's the thing at Chris Jericho's age. And on any given night, he is one of the best in the world. No doubt about that. But the thing is, when will those nights take place? Can he get those great nights back to back? Can he get them ever? Well, he's had 2 good nights in the last few weeks, but I think he's going to need better than that. He's going to need a great night. He's going to be, no pun intended. He's going to need a phenomenal night to beat AJ Styles. He's going to need the absolute best night of his career to beat AJ Styles, a man who just recently won King of the Ring, beating so many of the best names on SmackDown. He's beaten, Finn Balor. He ended the reign of Finn Balor, the longest reigning championship reign in Universe Mode history, ended thanks to AJ Styles. And not only that, he put Finn Balor on the shelf. Balor is gone for a few months. So at the moment, it is all AJ Styles, and AJ Styles runs and owns SmackDown. But who will be the man to step up and try and take it from him? Chris Jericho has the opportunity at No Mercy. If Jericho fails, will it be Roman Reigns? Sami Zayn, will he have to step up? We'll have to wait and see. Suplex there by Roman Reigns. Will we see Finn Balor be the man to come back and take it? But that won't be for a while. Finn Balor's gone for a while now. Elbow there by Chris Jericho. Finn Balor suffering a back injury, keeping him out for up to 6 months. And it's all from the wear and tear of being the champion for over a year and the effect of the match and the beatdown afterwards by AJ Styles. There's now Roman Reigns. Look at these elbows. Striking away. There's now, Roman Reigns. A Superman punch. He's been looking for that for a while now. Now Reigns. looking to try and put Chris Jericho away here. Here comes Roman. Oh! Jericho with a counter. Knew the spear was coming, and that's why Jericho is one of the best. Has a counter for everything. He has a way to overcome so many different maneuvers, and Jericho has dealt with the spear many times throughout his career from a number of different opponents. He knows every single way that the spear can be delivered. He knows all the setups. He knows how it's going to come, the delivery. He knows how to counter, and that's the thing for Roman Reigns. You can't teach experience, and Chris Jericho has so much of it right now, but Jericho needs to try and utilize it to beat Reigns here, who's just... Roman Reigns is just hungry for a win. He's just ready to fight. He just wants to win, and he just wants to prove the haters wrong. And at the moment, he's got a hater in Chris Jericho, and of course a hater in the Smackdown General Manager Edge, a man who, for whatever reason, has started to take a bit of a disliking to Roman Reigns and the attitude of Roman Reigns, the way Roman Reigns has gone about it, demanding title opportunities, demanding respect, but not really earning it in the eyes of the General Manager. And now Reigns, because of that lack of respect and gratitude, he's kind of lost out on an opportunity to become the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. Instead, he's having to wait his turn. Have to wait until after No Mercy is completed, maybe even beyond No Mercy. Right hand there by Chris Jericho on Roman Reigns. And now Jericho, spinning heel kick right there. Well, we spoke about it earlier on. Can Jericho put back-to-back performances in? Well, he's had 2 great weeks. Can he get a 3rd in a row here? Moment looking pretty good here against Reigns. Reigns, though, if he found that spear earlier on, we could be talking very differently about this match, but Jericho was able to block it, and now Jericho, looking to continue the momentum, drops the elbow. AJ Styles hasn't been required to wrestle all that often here on SmackDown. Since becoming champion, he's been given some, well, royal treatment, I suppose. He was the King of the Ring winner after all. It's been really the chase, the hunt. Who is going to get the next opportunity? That's what it's all been about. And for AJ Styles, he's had the opportunity to kind of kick back and relax a little bit. Hasn't had to deal too much with many opponents coming his way. Instead, they've been taking each other out. Jericho powerbomb, bridges through, shoulders down, trouble here for Roman Reigns. Could be it. Oh, kick out. Reigns getting close to being pinned there, and that would be disastrous for Roman Reigns, who's obviously out to prove a point, but you don't want to lose, because if you do, that point will not be proven, and Reigns will be back in line. There's a lot of names emerging through. We've seen, Braun Strowman's been so effective. Rusev now part of SmackDown. Bray Wyatt winning earlier on here tonight. Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, as we said. Still have Brock Lesnar. He's emerging somewhere. He's resting up and getting ready for another big run at the championship at some point. I have no doubt about that. Triple H as well, the legendary Triple H. There's some big names here on SmackDown. All would love their opportunities. There's a few names that haven't had their opportunities at all, that given the chance, I'm sure could really shine. A name like Cesaro, for example. Swept off his feet is Chris Jericho. Now Roman Reigns might be looking for that spear. Reigns now lining up Jericho. This is not good for Chris Jericho. Oh! Jericho again finding another much-needed counter. And I tell you what, if he doesn't find that counter, it's all over. Now Jericho springs off the ropes. And now, with the line sold, is that it? Oh! Again, Jericho just can't keep Reigns down for 3. Roman Reigns trying to get to his feet here. Jericho's got him with the code breaker. Jericho will go to No Mercy with so much confidence. No! Reigns with the shoulder up. I thought I heard the 3 count slapped down by the ref. I think Jericho heard it too. Referee said though, Reigns got it in the nick of time. How about a second code breaker? Surely he can't kick out this time. Jericho though wasting time. Reigns able to recover. A few valuable seconds wasted. Will Reigns kick out again? Yes, he will. Wow. This is why Roman Reigns is one of the most feared men in the locker room. His ability to kick out of big moves, we've seen it all year. Jericho, back-to-back code breakers, and Reigns. Well, the first time I thought that was 3. I think that was a blunder there by the referee. I thought it was 3. The second time, though, no doubt about it, Reigns kicked out, but Jericho wasted some valuable time. Reigns now with a slam. Can that be enough for Jericho? No. Well, Roman Reigns has to be absolutely exhausted here. You get hit with Jericho's best shot twice in a row. He's going to be spent. But he's not giving up. Not giving up yet, Roman Reigns. Whether you love him or hate him, showing some real... You got to show him some respect here. This is some fight. This is some guts. This is some real determination to win this one here. Not many really like the way he goes about it. Nobody really respects Roman Reigns as much as they used to anymore. The attitude about Roman Reigns has disgusted many of the fans, but Roman Reigns, you can't deny his ability in the ring. And Reigns, oh! Superman punch! May have knocked Jericho out cold. Reigns with the cover. Can Jericho kick out? Yes, he can. Wow, Reigns really got Jericho flush. But Reigns still can't put him away. Jericho, though, countering Reigns. Roman Reigns now takes Jericho into the corner. Elbow there by Chris Jericho. And now we're going for the walls. Jericho gonna make Reigns tap, is he? Reigns in big trouble. Roman Reigns, will he tap out? Whoa, wait a second. Well, Reigns won't have to worry just yet. Chris Jericho's distracted because the champion is on his way to the ring. AJ Styles is here. Well, you'd have to say Jericho was about to beat Roman Reigns, you'd think, with the walls of Jericho firmly locked in after 2 code breakers. Surely Reigns doesn't survive it. Well, Jericho's let go of the hold. He's let go because his attention is now on AJ Styles, the man he faces at No Mercy. Well, he can't blame that. AJ slowly on his way to the ring. He's in no real rush. And AJ, is he going to get himself involved in this matchup here? Is he going to try and get some cheap shots here on Jericho? Well, AJ taunting Jericho at the moment, saying, come get me, I'm here. Come on, let's do it. And AJ just has all of Jericho's attention right now. And meanwhile, from behind, oh, Reigns! Shoulder block takedown. Jericho's taken down. Now Reigns, oh no. We've seen this so many times, a distraction. And now the other man takes advantage, and it's happening again to Jericho. Reigns with a spear, and AJ is in the head of Jericho just before No Mercy, and Reigns picks up the win. Well, Jericho, I think, had Reigns beat, but whatever. Reigns will get the W next to his name at the end of the night, thanks to AJ Styles, but Chris Jericho can hold his head up high. He was good tonight, Jericho, but Reigns does get the victory because AJ Styles stuck his nose in his business, and because of that, it's the win for Roman Reigns tonight. So Reigns out to prove the GM wrong, out to prove that, hey, I should be the one to take on AJ. Well, maybe Reigns had a point. As you can see, Reigns with a spear takes down Chris Jericho, and that is a big moment here. Jericho beaten by Reigns just before No Mercy, thanks to AJ Styles. Roman Reigns, the saga continues. Himself and the GM have got some issues to work out. What is Roman Reigns' future? I don't know, but Reigns has the win tonight. But what we do know is the future at No Mercy will feature these two. And now things have just heated up a little bit more. Jericho won't be happy at all at AJ Styles after costing him that match here tonight. We'll see the two lock up at No Mercy. Styles versus Jericho, one-on-one for the WWE Championship. Don't miss it, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming away on this weekend, coming on Sunday. Don't miss it, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be one of the biggest events in quite some time. The final pay-per-view before we move on to WWE 2k18. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to see more, and I will see each and every one of you in the next video.